Hey girl, hey.
What's your name, baby?
Tessa,
Tessa, where you calling me from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Oh my God,
Tessa,
Kendra. Okay, let me get it out my system. Oh my God. Okay.
North Carolina. Throw your hands up. Ooh.
Period.
North Carolina. All right, Tessa, North Carolina. How old are you?
I'm the big 40.
All right, 40. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aries.
Aries. Do you have any kids?
I do. I have two adult children and four small kids.
How old are your kids?
11, well, excuse me, 12, 9, and I have 5-year-old twins.
Okay, so you have four children.
Well, I have two older kids. They're
Okay,
grown.
okay, let me start from the beginning. How many kids do you have?
I have six children in total.
Okay, that's what I need to know first. Six
Yep.
kids.
And I
Okay,
have
how old
four
are all
small
your
kids
kids?
that live at home.
How old are all your children, honey?
21, 19, 12, 9, and 5-year-old twins.
Okay, by how many men?
Three.
Three men. Why you not with the 5-year-old twins, dad?
Uh, he liked to drink, and I'm not an alcoholic, so yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been married?
No, I've
No.
never been married.
Okay. So Tessa, North Carolina, 40 Aries, mom to six kids, two adults, four younger. What do you do for a living, honey?
I work in the mental health profession, but I am currently going to school doing my preliminaries for nursing.
Mental health profession, and you're going to school for nursing.
Hmm.
All right. I think I have it all. Let me see. We got Tessa, North Carolina, 40 years old, Aries, mom to six, 5'3" men, never married, mental health profession, going to school for nursing. You ready, Tessa?
How should I set my camera up for the? Okay.
Okay. What kind of man you looking for, honey?
Um, Someone who is just I don't want to say like it's hard to describe what you want because people start to think that you're needy. I just want someone normal, like someone from a decent background, someone who has goals, someone who washes their hands when they come out of the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, have good dental hygiene. Um, I've always been a strong, independent person. So I just wanted to be clear. Like, I have six kids because I'm strong enough to raise them all. Uh, I have went through a lot raising my children, but nevertheless, it has made me a better person. So a lot of times, men are scared of a woman with six kids. I'm very uh, well set and taking care of my children without the assistance of a consistent companion. So I'm not looking for a baby daddy. I'm not looking for someone to come in and do anything that they do not want to do. I'm very upfront about just being strong in that aspect. However, my perfect companion would be a family guy, someone who's oriented. He can have children. I don't mind that. I love kids. Um, just don't be messy. Like it's so many times, like if you have a baby moms or whatever, that's cool. Just be like, don't be messy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like just be normal. And I can pretty much adapt to anything. Now, what I'm not gonna deal up, like the deal breakers. Oh, sorry, Miss Kendra. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The deal breakers, what I'm not going to deal with is deception. I've been through a lot where I've healed from people being disloyal to me. So, like, I'm not going to go back to that. So that's like, soon as you could bring back a receipt and say that it was $10 and you give it to me and it was $6.99, I'm gonna feel some type of way. Yeah, because people, that's a consistent thing. Like being honest is something that you make a habit of. So you always just try to be clear and cut because people are crazy these days.
Woo, you broke it down. So, Tessa, should the man look a certain way?
I prefer height and chocolate. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a colorist. But oops, sorry, I'm not a colorist by far, but I just like what I like. Light skinned men are attractive in some aspect, but it's just not typically for me. Um, but I'm open to anyone
Well,
that
you're
is.
light skinned, so you want to date a man your complexion?
I'm not light skinned. I don't think I'm light skinned.
You don't think you're light skinned? What do you think you are?
Like a pecan, light skin, pecan. But I mean, yeah, my shade are a little darker, but I'm not a colorist. Like as long as the guy is down to earth and he takes care of himself. I don't like hair chest, like chest hair or
You don't
whatever.
like hair chest?
Is that what that is? Or chest hair
Chest hair, maybe?
and back hair.
Okay. So she don't like hair chest.
But I like big guys. I mean, not 600-pound life big guy, but stocky is good, thick. I'm a country girl, so I like I like them thick now.
Okay. What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
And this day and age, and the way these women been taking care of these men, yes, he needs to make his own money. Cause I'm gonna carry my own.
How much money does he have to make? What's the minimum?
Well, in North Carolina, you got to make 3 times the rent to even survive. So the baseline for that is about $75,000.
Okay. So he should make 75K.
That's just saying you can pay your own rent.
So really, that's the minimum.
That's the minimum.
That's the minimum. Did your children's dads all make 75K?
No, the last one didn't. He work at Walmart right now.
Did the two?
The one before the last one, the one in the middle, he work at Walmart. He didn't.
Okay. So none of your children, you have 3. None of them made 75K?
Oh yeah, I just said the one didn't. 2 out of 3 did.
Why didn't it work out with the other 2 men you had kids by?
Because messy, and people make decisions that are not pertinent to where they're at now. And so back then I had a lot of growing to do too. I was raised from a Christian background, and so I always chose life over anything. And those were personal decisions because everybody's accountable for their own actions. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I chose life, and it's so easy to flush a kid down the toilet. That's just I chose, to do me. So yeah.
Fair enough. No judgment there. I guess what people will say is that's fair, but you went through it with 3 different men. So why maybe after the first or even second man? Because there's other precautions, like there's birth control that can also be implemented too, right? To
True.
Prevent being in those positions. So I think people understand a one-time circumstance, but you went through the circumstance with 3 different men.
Well, everybody has their own story. I can't tell it on the Kendra, show tonight.
Everybody has their own. Because of what you said, we don't have to deep dive.
No. I get it. I'm just saying, like everybody, there's an explanation for that, but it's sort of like too deep for here. But I get exactly what you're saying. I would say that too, just with someone else because I would want to know, like, what didn't work for you? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has those questions. That's a real question. However, I say that I don't use that as a crutch. A lot of women use their choices sometimes that they make to do other excuses, like to treat men wrong, drag them, use them for money, do a lot of ill will things. I'm not bitter. So I just take it as it comes, and, I'm still human. I think I deserve to have fun, life, whatever the case may be.
No, absolutely. Something you said earlier, you said that you feel like sometimes men are, I don't want to quote you wrong. I'm not sure if you used the word intimidated, but you said scared of a woman that has 6 children?
Yeah, well, like intimidated. Yes, ma'am. I did say that. Because they feel like, people, we want money. We want this, we want that. We want somebody to take care of our kids, this, that, and the third. And that may be the background for some women who have, they may be looking for that come up or whatever the case may be, but that's not every woman. So that's why I said that.
But you are saying the guy has to make at least 75K to date you.
Yeah, for himself. That means he can afford his own rent. That means he don't have to stay with me. Because remember, I told you in North Carolina, they like to live, to actually survive, you got to make 3 times the rent. So
here's what they'll say. Okay, and I want you to respond to this. Okay. And I know my cousins, if I make you a highlight, it's not that that man doesn't exist, but they will say, why would a man who makes 75K date a mother that has 6 children by 3 men?
Oh, well, I would say, I have dated men of many calibers, and that has not stopped me from pulling a lot of nice men who come from the background that I described. I'm not trying to sound cocky.
Right.
Um, Nevertheless, I had my own objectives, I had my own goals, and I wanted to be at a place where I can say I want these things because I realized that I did have 6 kids, that I realized I am a single Black woman. And it's going to be a little bit more harder for me to be in that pool. So once I was able to pull myself up to that threshold to be independent on my own, pay my own rent without Section 8, not be on food stamps, you know what I'm saying? To be able to do those things or accomplishments from where I'm from, sorry, Miss Kendra, and to be like, I can say, oh, I want this. I want this. I need this because, why not?
No, I love it. I guess the follow up would be those men that you pulled in your caliber. What happened to those guys? Why couldn't it grow into something long term?
Now, just because I was ready don't mean they was ready. And
But
they can
that's
have
always what it kind of comes down to.
period. But why not? It's not like I don't date a lot, Miss Kendra. Like I'm very self-absorbed. Like my kids working, things of that nature. So I feel like just seeing what's out there is okay. But I'm not really. I want to see, but it's not gonna hurt me, or because I know the odds. Like you said, like it's a lot of consistent things happening in the dating pool.
Well, the thing is, I have to be honest, I feel for a lot of Black women because it's in the numbers game, the quantity is for the type of man y'all want. Now, there's men, right?
Okay.
There's men out there every single day walking this planet, but most women want a certain type of guy, and there's not enough of that certain type of guy to go to every woman that desires him. So
That's
I
right,
actually
Miss Kendra.
feel like I do feel for my Black sisters because I know that there's just the kind of guy that every woman wants. That guy, there ain't enough for to go to every
That,
woman.
that's
But there
right.
are men that you can have, but then it comes down to the men that you probably can have for whatever reason. I'm not saying you should be with this guy either.
Mm-hmm.
He's X'd out for whatever reason, and probably a legitimate reason. But that's just the circle that is going on in this conversation when we get to it. Okay, we're almost there. You told me your 3 flaws, right?
No, ma'am. So my
Oh,
3 flaws is. Oh,
wait.
sorry,
Did I
Miss
ask
Kendra.
you okay before? Did I ask you your last relationship?
No, you didn't ask me that either.
Okay, let's get there. Do we do the Kendra cam? We never do the Kendra cam. Let's do
We
the
ain't do
Kendra
that.
cam.
No, ma'am. Okay, so sorry, I got the
Okay, they telling me I skipped a lot. Okay, here we go. Ooh, big booty girls. Where you from? North Carolina? You got that North Carolina cornbread fed.
period. Got the Pintos over here in the crock pot.
When was your last relationship, Tessa?
So my last relationship was probably about 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
And yes, I
Um,
have 5-year-old twins, but and I tell this, and this is true, like if their dad was to come on here, he would say the same thing. We never had unprotected sex. You know that 1% where they say condoms are not effective? Yes. So and that's that
so
on
you
that.
got pregnant with your twins while using a condom?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh wow.
And
Them
their
babies
dad their
supposed to be
dad would
here.
say the same thing.
Say again.
Their dad would concur that.
Woo, child.
Yep.
Okay. Um, so you don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
So what happened was, it's I'm not gonna front. It's been like 60 days or so, but I'm not.
That's a cool way to say 2 months.
Yeah, it's been like 60 days. Like I say, I don't consistently see anyone. And this person I've been seeing for a long time, like and just like familiar with him, not consistently for a long time, but
Well,
it's
why
just
can't y'all be together since y'all been seeing each other for a long time?
because he's too young for me. He's been it's crazy, but he's a good person though, and I wish him goodwill. But we can't. Mm-mm.
Okay. He makes 75K?
Oh yes, ma'am.
Ooh,
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So now let me ask you this: how much younger is he?
Um, he just turned 30.
Oh, he's 10 years younger.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask you this: if you do you want something serious, or you feel like it's just not an option?
I do want something serious.
So you would want something serious with him. He doesn't want something serious with you.
I think that it's probably like it's crazy, but basically, it's not that, but it is that. You know what I'm saying? Because he had someone that he was dealing with, and they had I think he really cared for her, but she didn't really care for him like that. So he's working himself through that. So he was sort of like in a relationship dealing with someone
Okay.
at some
Okay.
point, but I wasn't his side at some point. I think I came back in the picture like after that.
So he's 10 years younger than you, though.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have y'all? So does he know how you feel that you would want to be in a committed relationship?
I mean, we express affection for each other, but we've never took it there. Like, I feel like as a man, I mean, if I tell you, like, I care about you, how I feel about you, I describe it. I feel like it's a man's job to cuff you. Because the worst feeling a woman can do is try to put herself all the way out there, and then that man don't receive you. If a man wants you, he gonna put them things on you.
But girl, you already opened your legs for him, so you might as well tell him what you want.
No, I had. I mean, not like told him I want to be in a relationship. I don't know if I really want to. Like, I feel like we open, but I don't desire. I feel like I want to see other things too, because he's young.
So what are you calling me for tonight? Do you desire a relationship?
Yes, just not with him.
Okay. Okay. We got some paid questions for you, girl. You ready
I
for them?
know. I see him. Lord have mercy. I ain't tripping though, because like it is what it is.
Okay. Through the Fire is a podcast. They said, question for Tessa. You have a Christian background. You did the non-Christian thing 6 times with 3 men. The man that you desire comes. How is he finding a good thing and taking care of another man's responsibilities?
Clearly he wasn't listening to the conversation, Miss Kendra. Because didn't I say that it ain't about me finding a man to take care of my children? I said that I was trying to find someone who was interested for me. And that's another reason why I've been single so long, because I'm very protective of my children. I don't let men run in and out of my house. They've never seen that. They've never been exposed to that. So yeah, I may have made a mistake 6 times in your eyes, but you don't know how God is receiving me because you don't know my relationship with God. That's the problem with Christians today. They always want to put their nose where it don't belong, sweeping around somebody else's dough instead of their own. Hello. But I thank you, sister.
I think it was a guy. I
Oh,
will say
brother.
to this. I think when you said intimidated, I think that any real man, right? If we're talking about real men,
Yes,
not
ma'am.
a man who's just trying to have sex with you, see you every 2 months, never meet your kids. I'm not talking about him.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
talking about a man that will be willing to partner with you in life. He would have to consider how he would be with your children, right? So,
Understandable.
I mean, like whether you're looking for money or not, he would have to, if he's a good quality man, have to understand that if I'm gonna love this woman, I have to love her children the same. And you do have 5-year-old twins, so you have two kids that will be in the house for at least another amount of years. So I
Hmm.
think I know you use the word intimidated, but I think a real man has to make sure he was ready to sign up for that. And I think, listen, as a mother, you shouldn't want a man who's not gonna love on your kids, quite honest.
Exactly. But that I just wanted to say like that wasn't the objective. I feel like that was like the baseline for that question. Like they was like, that's all I'm looking for. No, I want to grow to that. I don't want to come in and expect because I'm not gonna let that happen. You know what I'm saying? A man be all around my kids and do all that. I'm not that type of mom.
Okay. Divine Photo says you should have those same standards before having the kids, not 6 kids later, to have high standards now. Do you believe in compromising your standards?
I always had standards. I just chose to make bad choices. Like I said, everybody doesn't know everyone's background. I didn't have a father coming up. Not saying that I suffer from fatherless trauma. It's that looking for certain things in a relationship are real. So you can't judge anybody just because they can't judge you. I don't know your secrets. I'm not talking. I mean, you're not telling me things about you. So that's how I would answer that question. You just assuming you don't know anything about the baseline. And so, but I get it though. That's a real question, but I'm not compromising my standards. I always had them. Sometimes I just lowered them.
Okay. Coffee Killer said, having 6 kids, and if he brings 1 kid, that's 7 kids plus 2 adults, that's 9 people. How much money would this man have to realistically make? And what do you bring to a man in that income bracket?
Well, okay. If I'm hearing the question right, he's asking me basically, if a man have more kids, how much money do I make so I can help him out? That's what I heard.
No, what he's saying is you have 6 kids.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
let's just say the man hypothetically has 1.
Hmm.
So now that's 7 kids, and then 2 adults, you and that man. So that's really 9 people. So he's saying if a man is a provider in the most case, and he's looked at to provide for himself and his 1 child, and you and your children. She does have older children though, Coffee Killer, 21 and 19. I guess he's saying how much money do you think a man will have to make to take care of all those bills, and what do you bring to a man in that income bracket?
What is the income bracket again? Just 75,000?
Well, I know your requirement is 75K. I don't know what the cost of living in North Carolina, but I think to take care of 9 people, you
75,000, Miss Kendra. You gotta make at least okay, you gotta make at least $70,000 to $75,000. A 1 bedroom up here is like $1,200.
right. So now we're talking about you got a 3 bedroom, right? And then if he had a child, a 5, literally this is a 5 bedroom situation, probably.
I'm
Right?
screaming. Yes.
That would be a 5. So how much would a person have to make for a 5 bedroom situation?
Um, if you're renting, probably anywhere from 18 to 2,000 a month. Mortgage could be, less than that, about 950, 1,000. It just
Okay, do you
depends.
make 75K?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm assuming one thing, Coffee Killer, I think we have to include, you're gonna contribute to the bills, correct? Or no?
You are crazy, Miss Kid. She said, "Oh no," or no.
I don't know. Maybe, okay, let me find out. Do you not want to contribute? Do you want this man to pay all the bills?
I mean, so it's like it would be great for a man to pay all the rent. That would be ideal. What woman wouldn't want that? But I ain't gonna say that's what I have to
Well,
have.
it's a woman that should have closed the deal with one of the men she had children with, to be quite honest with you, honey. Like, I think to now have this expectation that the men you had children with didn't fulfill is what your challenge is going to be. So you want a new man to come into this household and pay all the bills where you and your kids live, and you didn't require that from the 3 men you had children with?
Who said that?
I just asked you that because I said,
Oh,
because
I
I was
didn't hear
getting
you
ready to
ask me
rebuttal.
that. I didn't
No.
hear you ask me that.
Okay, well, Coffee Killer is making the assumption that the man is paying all of the bills. So I was getting ready to rebuttal that and say, well, you make 75K. So I'm assuming you would want to contribute to the bills, but then you pause and you laugh and you made it seem like, well, no, you don't want to pay the rent.
Oh, it lagged then because I was laughing at the way you had said something before that. That's why I was laughing. It was something that you said, like how you said it was funny to me. So that's why I laughed. I didn't hear
Well, no,
that part.
you followed it up with, well, Miss Kendra, what woman wouldn't want somebody to pay all the bills?
That
That's what you
CBD
said
might be
next.
look. That CBD might be good. Okay, so I missed the question before I said I missed something in there. But nevertheless, let's pick it up because I missed something because I was off
Well,
a
let
little
me just
quick.
ask you it directly. Do you
Okay.
want this? Is the expectation for the new guy to pay the rent or the mortgage entirely?
I never. It would be nice, but I ain't gonna require that because I ain't never had that. So that's not an expectation of me. I've always had to take care of myself, Miss Kendra. So I'm not gonna that's going above like, doing something out of the ordinary. I'm not requiring a man to pay all my rent
Okay.
out the gate. If he finds me, and we move in
Listen, I
together.
don't want. Okay, hold on. We talk because I feel like I'm not trying to make you change your standard. Okay, so I want to
I
get
get
clear, but
it.
I do want to understand, right? So if,
Hmm.
if that is your request, then that is your request. But I need to get clarity because you just said out the gate. So is the expectation at some point in time that this man will be paying all of the bills?
I don't think so, Miss Kendra. I don't think so. That would be a reality that I would expect. No, ma'am. I
I
don't.
just think that I know we looking for superheroes, child, but
I
I
mean,
think this is
I'm
where
not
men
really
get frustrated. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm
right.
not saying it's right or wrong, but this is what they're gonna say. And this is why I think Coffee Killer, because I was getting ready to defend you because I felt like his question was about a man coming in and his income had to take care of solely 9 people, right? And I wasn't sure if that was your expectation. I thought, yes, you come with 6 kids, but you already make a good living. So a part of me thought you would contribute to the household.
Of course.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
That's probably where I had the disconnect at is right there, how you just broke it down. Now I understand the question. No, ma'am, I don't expect a man to come in and just take care of all my responsibilities. These are not his children. That's a reality at the end of the day.
Okay. Now go back to my questions. I asked you your 3 flaws.
No, ma'am.
What are your 3 flaws?
Uh, being impulsive, uh, being too strong sometimes, and being too Um, I don't want to say like friendly, but more like too trustworthy sometimes.
Okay, too trustworthy sometimes. All right. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you, honey?
For one, cause I can cook. And now I'm a good person overall. Like I said, everybody has their own backgrounds. It's easy for people to be in comments and saying 1,000 things, but everybody has a place where they come from. Everybody has a place where they're trying to go. A person who would be ideal to go along with me on my journey is someone who is family oriented, of course. Someone who appreciates a strong Black woman. Someone who appreciates an educated woman. Respects the fact that I still have aspirations and dreams too. Expect to respect the business aspect of me. I feel like I'm not a shark, but I'm definitely not a tadpole. I try to go get it regardless. I love being a mom. I love being a go-to person. People find it very easy to talk to me because, believe it or not, I do listen. I don't always just talk. I do listen. So a person would be lucky to me because I'm loyal. I'm consistent. Um, a lot of times, and we just have to, it's hard to accept the fact that women get targeted for virtues too, for having good things, because they have a light that shines so bright that people would be attracted to that to misuse it. Unfortunately, I was not able to, unfortunately, I was able to escape that and not be stuck in it like a lot of my sisters. I was able to break through from that. So I'm very proud of that today. A man that respects that and honors that would be ideal for me as well. We all have a past. So if you want me to accept and deal with you, we have to be able to find a medium. Yep.
Okay, you definitely have a bubbly spirit. All right, Tessa, let's do it. What's the age range you would date, honey? You're 40.
Yeah, so I'm always getting like the attraction from like guys it's like 26, 27, 28. I really don't like that. And I
You just
mean,
said you dated a 30-year-old man that you wish I could be in a relationship with.
Kendra, I didn't say it like that.
What
Like
did you
verbatim.
say? You told me the guy you slept with 60 days ago is 30 years old and you would like to be in a relationship with him.
I didn't say it like that. I said I might consider it, and I was saying that because his age. He's 20. It's a
So you don't want to be in a relationship with him.
No, because he's too young. I would like to have someone at least 35 and up.
Okay, 35 and up. All
I
right, should
would.
he be in North? Should he be in North Carolina?
Um, yeah, it depends on what district he was born in, what side. But I'm open to a man that is in a rural country area. I love country men, like I said. Hardworking country man is always just attractive to me. So look at you bored with it, Miss Kendra.
I'm not bored with nothing.
Okay. I mean, I would like to have a strapping guy like you have. You have a very nice. No, I ain't saying it like that. You blessed. So,
I received that. I am very fortunate. I will leave it at
and
that.
he treats you well. Yes, ma'am. You
Yes,
got to
he is.
like.
He's not a common man at all. But we'll focus on you.
Thank you.
Tessa. Okay, the time has come. Are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
No, ma'am.
You're not.
But I'm
Okay.
interested. I'll download it tonight.
Okay. Now, how do you spell your name? Is it spelled like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Tessa. All right. Your name is not on the app right now.
No, ma'am.
So you can use your name and you'll be able to find, it'll be easy for the guys to find you. So Tessa, look, they say, girl, you come from my man. Tessa will be her name on the Kendra G Singles dating app. Tessa will be her name on the Kendra G Singles dating app. Download the app for the guy that's interested, create your profile, and we'll see what it does.
Thank you, Miss Kendra. You're so pretty, girl.
Thank you,
I
baby.
love your melanin, girl. It's
All right,
giving.
Tessa, you keep me posted how it goes, babe.
I will. Thank you for having me, Miss Kendra. You have a good night.
Kendra G Singles, the dating app is available now on your iPhone and your Android phones. Just go to your Apple Store or your Google Play Store and download it now. Kendra G Singles, the dating app.